Well, I thought I'd seen everything, and then I find out that 343 and Microsoft are going to be putting microtransactions in the MCC. I haven't been on the modern gaming doom and gloom train. Obviously, there are things I don't like, but every time a developer or publisher requires a little bit more revenue or puts a microtransaction in their game, I'm not usually one to, take a picket sign out in front of my house and protest. But in the context of Halo, I've made a lot of videos on the current state of Halo as a franchise, the current state of Halo Infinite as a video game, and just why the franchise feels so soulless and empty at the moment. And in the middle of all that, and in the middle of Halo Infinite losing its player base more and more, going to the MCC and seeing how pro-consumer it is and what a 180 it did and how just important it is to not just Halo, but FPS as a genre. Like, there is so much to love about the MCC. I have said countless times, it's not just one of the best games I own, it's one of the best material possessions I own. I love the Master Chief Collection. Now, there have been cosmetics in the MCC that I don't like and that I'm not a fan of, and that's really about it. A couple cosmetics I don't like, and there is the ability to turn them all off, so who cares, right? The MCC is a 10 out of 10 product, but now, because a lot of people have gone back to the MCC for their Halo fix because of Halo Infinite's lackluster display of literally anything, it really looks like Microsoft and 343 are trying to squeeze a little bit extra revenue out of people looking to go back and play what Halo used to be. Basically, Spartan points are replacing seasonal points, and the seasonal points that you could get were used to unlock things in the non-expiring battle passes that exist within the game. Basically, you complete challenges, level up, get points, and then you can buy whatever you want out of any battle pass. The only limit is you have to complete a full row before you can move to the next row and start buying stuff in that row, but you can still unlock everything in each battle pass row in whatever order you like. The MCC has a brilliant battle pass system that was not just pro-consumer, genuinely added to the fun of progressing in the game. Even when they added gross cosmetics that didn't belong, it was still a really good system. So to read the Halo Waypoint blog that says, for players new to the MCC or who may have not dedicated much time specifically to unlocking items during the seasonal updates, or are simply completionists looking to catch the last outstanding items they need. Hold on, the word need is a really interesting choice because I don't think I describe somebody who really wants a cosmetic for a game they don't have time to grind in. I don't think of that as need. I think of that as a fickle person with a loose wallet, which is exactly what these types of microtransactions are looking to capitalize on. So, we are internally exploring a potential new feature for the future in the form of purchasable Spartan points. It's prudent to say here that we are happy with the current system of how players earn Spartan points by completing challenges and leveling up through play. This would be an optional, additive alternative for players who might find the vast scope of content to be an intimidating amount of playtime and they want to get ahead on or skip the grind, or maybe want to grab specific items they want. We all have our favorites. Then they suck you off by saying, in the interest of transparency with our dedicated and passionate fan base, or community as they say it, we want to inform you of this exploration in advance and provide assurance that purchasable Spartan points would be an additive feature. We will have more information to share about this in the future. Okay, so, reading this makes me cringe. Not only does it have that pandering stuff about how passionate and dedicated the community is, it doesn't just do that. It says, if you get into the game and you think I don't have the playtime to unlock all these cosmetics, then, give us money. All of the games in the MCC are like over a decade old at this point, and they want to be able to add content to the MCC that people might not want to grind for, and then they can get extra revenue for the content they're adding. But they're adding additive content and an additive microtransaction system to games that are over 10 years old, and it's so obvious why they're doing it. Like, I simultaneously don't get it and totally get it. Halo Infinite is performing poorly and slowly. So, charge people on Halo Infinite for microtransactions and cosmetics and things, and also charge them on the MCC to sort of make up some of the slack. Sell the rights to your garbage to Paramount for a really shitty TV show, put a bunch of merch and cookbooks and action figures out. Like, no, it's fine, I get it, it makes sense. It is a business after all, but the MCC has this beautiful thing in the modern AAA gaming industry where it doesn't have a little page where you spend $10 on Spartan points, which is just the laziest, most corporate name you could think of. It doesn't even make sense to call them Spartan points, seeing how elites are playable in multiple of the games featured in the MCC, so I don't know why they're called Spartan points when you could use them to buy elite cosmetics, but I guess there's no love for the Sangheilies here. This is because Halo Infinite is underperforming, and instead of making things better, they want to give themselves new ways to earn revenue. Now, I know that 343 is working on Halo Infinite, and I know that the MCC is being handled outside of this piece of information pretty damn well. I know things aren't all going downhill, but this is the semen icing on the shit cake that has been Halo over the last, since Halo Infinite came out, and I just can't believe it. You know, I just can't believe it that, like, during all of this, their solution is let's allow people to pay their way through our cosmetics in games that are over a decade old. So, that's my opinion on this. It's just sad. It's just more sad news for Halo fans, because I don't want to know what Halo's going to look like in the next year at this point. I don't want to know. I see free-to-play crap and microtransactions and battle royale and just really bad live servicey, increasingly predatory mechanisms just being funneled into this franchise until it suffocates itself and dies. Basically, to end this video, Dear 343, way to make the MCC just another modern video game. Bye.